Hi everyone. Well, as you can tell by the background, we're back at the marina. Got back a couple days ago and we've got a few little projects to tie up. Not that those projects will get tied up very soon. One of the projects is the water maker. We flushed out the membrane pickling solution with fresh water before leaving the marina, and once we were out of the channel and upon running the water maker, we encountered two problems: brackish water and no pressure on the gauge. So it doesn't look like the water maker is coming up to pressure?
No, the gauge isn't showing any pressure. I expected it shows some pressure even if the membrane was bad. But with it showing absolutely no pressure, maybe the gauge is bad too.
Both bad.
Yeah. Obviously the membrane's bad because we get salty water out of it.
Having a bad membrane is not a huge surprise since it had been pickled for a year and a half. Unfortunately, a replacement membrane will not be available until the end of the first or second week in January. Then we will need to do further testing to see if there is indeed a problem with the pressure pump or the gauge. While Lee wrestled with removing the membrane pressure vessel and membrane, I did some varnish maintenance and also varnished a cabinet door that was looking sad. Even though I had cleaned the door with soap and water before varnishing, there was some kind of chemical that had been splashed on the door that caused the varnish to blister up. That was sanded off and another coat of varnish applied. Better now. Our trip out to Baja was a therapeutic time for us. We had all kinds of plans to sail and work on chores like servicing the windlass. Instead, we came under a spell of lassitude and were content to simply lie at anchor, enjoy the sun, the gentle rocking, the sound of slapping waves, and just be. Most days were warm and calm, with the exception of one brief evening. On one of the warm days, the water called to me. It's actually not bad. Come on. There is a limit to laziness, though, especially when having an energetic dog with boundless energy.
Good job.
The passage of time had brought no forgetfulness to Blondie. The moment the anchor went down, she was prepared to hit the kayak and check out the anchorage. And for whichever one of us that paddled Blondie to shore, it was enjoyable just to float in the clear water, look at the mangroves, watch the fish in the water and the birds. Some outings involved venturing ashore, and one such outing brought Blondie and I to the overlook of La Paz's port, Pichilingue. This Holland America cruise ship, with about 400 passengers, left San Diego on the 23rd, spent Christmas Day in Cabo San Lucas, the 26th in La Paz, the 27th at Loreto, and was refused dockage at Puerto Vallarta by state officials due to 30 COVID cases among crew and passengers. She instead called at Guaymas, and then, when officials relented, Puerto Vallarta. The Zuiderdam is now on her return journey to San Diego. It was a reluctant return for us to the marina, but with the predicted changing weather, I wanted to skip the challenge of maneuvering La Brisa in windy, tight quarters with her solar panel windage. Because of the huge increase in COVID cases here in Baja California Sur, it is the worst state in Mexico. We are trying to limit our exposure. On Thursday, we had a large shopping trip to lay in supplies, and I always love looking around at the different foods. For example, this Spanish ham for about $60. We have also been on a quest for the best rosca de reyes, the special bread associated with the Day of the Kings, January 6th. It seems here in the Baja, the rosca is harder to find than in Sonora, and if my memory serves me correctly, not as good. Maybe we will find more choices closer to the 6th. The weather this year has been odd, and we had, on New Year's Eve, a storm system that stretched the entire length of Baja north into Southern California in the United States. As a side note, Baja California Sur is also considered Sud California, or Southern California. We had about 2 hours of heavy rain, long enough to remind us that we need to check out our mast boot, and I need to make a new umbrella cover for it. We also had some leaks from around some ports. As always, plenty of things to keep us busy. With the dawn of 2022 upon us, we wish for all of you, our loyal viewers, the best of health, happiness, and a rewarding new year. So, until next time.